Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome. In today's tutorial we will be learning how to make this maxi braided headband. It's very simple and it is very easy to do. So if this sounds like what you would like to learn, let us get right into it. And if you want me to also make a video on how to make the gown, drop it in the comment section. So let's get started. So I'm using this fabric. I'm using Mikado and I am using Damax. Mikado is the plain one while Damax is the flower fabric. So I decided to mix it because I also mixed the bobo. So I'm going to be using this elastic. So now these are the pieces we are going to be using to make this beautiful headband and the dimension. So this smaller piece is 10 inches wide by 4.25 inches for the width. Okay, so 10 inches by 4.25. now for the main braided headband, I cut out 2 damask and 1 mikado. If you're using the same fabric, it doesn't matter. So I'm using 7 inches width by 28 inches long. Okay, the length you can use between 26 to 28 inches. Okay, so and also the width you can use as wide as 8 inches. I made the plain fabric a little bit bigger. That is totally optional. So you fold this and you sew all of the pieces. Make sure it is right side facing right side and then you sew. So you do the same thing for all of your pieces, your 4 pieces. So you go ahead and you sew, just sew it down. And we are going to be using the smaller one as casing, elastic casing, so that when the person wears it, it is adjustable. So I'm going to go ahead and do all that. So I've gone ahead to stitch all of my pieces and I've turned it over to the right side. So I'm just going to be doing a demonstration in case you are confused. So after sewing it on the wrong side, then you gently flip it over like this, or you can even use your safety pin to turn it right inside out. Okay, just use whatever method that you know how to do, but make sure that when you're doing it, make sure you're pulling it out gently, okay, so as not to rip the seam. And you know, this kind of material, it frays it easily, the thread removes easily, so you just need to be careful. Okay, so just do this gently, and note that you can always reduce this dimension. It's totally up to you, but we are doing something maxi, so obviously it has to be maxi. So after you're done doing this, the next thing is to iron it, and this is how you're going to do your ironing. Make sure that your seams are at the center, then you iron. Your seams should be at the center. You can see the way I positioned it, then you iron. You do all of this for all of your 4 pieces. Make sure you place your seams at the center. This is to ensure that your outer part is very neat and there are no seams. So I'm going to do that and show you. So as you can see, we are moving gradually. I have gone ahead to iron all of my pieces out. So this is going to make our work neater and is going to make our work smoother. So now let us move over to the next thing. We are going to be using this fiber. Okay, that is what is going to give it that puffiness. You can get it from a sawmill, you can get it from a carpenter shop, or you can cut out one of your chairs and and just use it, just bring it out, just anything that works for you. Okay, so you go to your sawmill or carpenter shop, or you rip out one of your chairs, so then you get this. It's called fiber. So you are going to keep on stuffing all of your pieces, the 3 main pieces that we're going to be using for the braided part. So you keep on stuffing this, and this is entirely up to you. However you want your puffiness to be, you can make it to be very full, or you can just make it to just just be there. You understand? Not too full and not too empty. Okay, this is totally up to you. So this is going to take your time. Yeah, so you just keep on stuffing I'm just trying to loosen all of it as I'm doing it, that so that it's going to be more fuller. So you keep on stuffing it gently, one after the other. It's going to take your time. You do this for all of the 3 major pieces. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that. If you've gotten to this point and you're yet to subscribe, please make sure you do that. You can also check other videos on my channel which you might find helpful, and if you're going to be trying this out, put it in the comment section. If you have any tutorial you would like me to work on, you can also drop it in the comment section. So make sure that you do not stuff 2 inches on both sides. Like, make sure 2 inches at the ends are free, because we are going to be stitching both ends. So you need to make sure that there are no fibers on both ends, at least 1 to 2 inches before the ends, the right and the left side. Okay, so I have gone ahead to do all of my stuffing. As you can see that it's looking good, and it is not too full because I don't want it to be excessively full. As you can see, it's very obvious, but this is entirely up to you. So now we are going to be stitching the ends. That was why I said make sure that there are no fiber at the ends, at least 1 to 2 inches before the end. So see the way I'm placing it. If you're going to be using mixed fabric like mine, so just do it the same way. But if you're going to be doing same fabric, it does not matter. So you go ahead, you place it on top of each other and you stitch. Make sure you stitch multiple times. It is very important that you do this just to secure it. Okay, so I've gone ahead to stitch this. If you don't know how to braid, just watch the way I'm going to do it. Okay, and if you know how to braid, it's very simple. But before we do that, let us work on the casing. So I'm using this 1 inch elastic. This is totally dependent on you, but this 1 inch elastic is going to work perfectly. So I'm going to be cutting out 5 inches of it. So, and I'm going to be passing it through the casing. You can use whatever method you want, but this is the most simplest one. Just put your safety pin just like so, then you push it all through from the beginning to the end. This is going to end. You can do all of this for any elastic you want to pass through. Okay, you just keep on pushing it with the help of the safety pin. Just keep on pushing it gradually. Just watch how I am doing it, and when you get to the end, just stitch. You double stitch multiple times to secure it. But since I'm not on the machine yet, so I just use my pin to secure it. Then I'm going to keep on pushing my my safety pin to the end. So when you get to the end, you remove your safety pin and you also stitch that end as well. So I'm going to use my office pin to just secure it like so before I move it to the sewing machine. So you stitch both ends like so, and then you are done with that part. So now let us move to the braided part. Now watch what I am going to do. It's very simple. If you don't know how to braid your hair, just watch what I'm going to do. It's actually pretty simple. Just watch the way I'm positioning my ends. Okay, the way I'm going to, if possible, you can slow it, like put it in slow motion, reduce the speed, and then you just follow through. It's just as simple as that. You just keep twisting it, just keep putting one in between and then putting it over. I don't know how to explain it like that. Just watch what I am doing. So this is how you braid your hair. This is how you braid your hair. It's very simple. So you just keep on braiding like so until you get to the end. You can see why I said that you should not have any fiber at least 2 inches, 1 to 2 inches before the end, because it's going to make your stitching on the machine easier and it's going to make that place close better. Then you go ahead and you just stitch the 3 layers like that, just the same way we stitched for the first end. So I'm going to go to the machine and I'm going to fix all of that and we move to the next thing. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, our braided headband, maxi braided headband, is coming to life. Okay, so now I have stitched one part of the the elastic to the one side. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Now we have right side and wrong side. Wrong side is where there are where your seams are, while the right side is where there are no seams. The same thing is applicable for your elastic. The wrong side is where there is seam, and the right side is where there are no seams. So now you're going to place your right side facing right side, meaning where there are no seams. So you place it in between. Okay, just watch what I'm going to do gently. Make sure you place it in between like so. So you can see that we're going to have excesses on both ends. So now this is how you're going to fix it. You flip it over like so, and then you also flip the other side like that. This is very simple. And if you have your fiber, is going to be a bit more difficult. So I'm going to repeat what I did again. Where there are seams is the wrong side, and where there are no seam is the right side. Okay, so now we'll be placing right side facing right side. You do this for both ends. So you place your right side facing right side, you place it at the center, the midpoint. Just watch what I'm doing carefully. It might be a bit difficult, but just be patient with it. So you flip the excesses to the other side on both sides like that, then you stitch multiple times. So it's as simple as that, and you flip it over and then you're done. You're basically done. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stitch that side. So if you've not done for the other side, you repeat the same thing for the other side. So it's as simple as that. There is nothing complicated. So I'll do that and show you the next thing. So you can see that we are almost there. So we are quarter to final. So you can see that I've stitched that part. So if you have any excesses, you can actually trim it out, but I am not going to be trimming mine out. So because we have the fiber inside, is making it difficult to close up the rough edges. So you just fold it over like so, just like you see me do, just to close up the rough edges, and you unstitch it, you untack it. You use ladder stitch, like invisible stitch. I already made a video on how to do invisible stitching so that your thread will not be showing. So you do invisible stitching on both sides until you're able to cover the rough edges. So you unstitch it on both sides, then your work is going to be very neat. You can even further go ahead and put beads or something on it just to embellish it. So this is our maxi headband. So thank you so much for watching. This can elevate your look however you want it to be. Look at how beautiful this is. Thank you so much for watching. Remember that I love you, and comment where you're watching from and if you've benefited from this channel. Bye.